What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the one thing that I haven't seen a very good install on YouTube, and the ones that are out there have very limited information. So today I'm going to be installing sway bar endlinks with the hopes of teaching you about what they are and what they do. So this is an endlink, and this type of endlink works with a double wishbone suspension, and this one works with a McPherson style suspension. Although they look very different, they do the exact same thing for each suspension setup. Endlinks serve as a connection between your vehicle sway bar and your vehicle suspension. A sway bar, in short, helps with the weight transfer of a car around corners in order to increase the contact patch, which increases grip around the corners. And an oversight when lowering a car is that it changes the suspension geometry. Alright, so before we move on, let me explain what an adjustable endlink does. And forgive me guys for my amateur drawing, but here on the left we have the stock car ride height, as you can see by the big gap, and on the right is a lowered car, you can see by the small gap right here. This is your lower control arm, this is your endlink, and this is your sway bar right here. And all these orange points have remained the same height relative to the ground right here. So imagine we took this stock non-adjustable endlink and put it on the lowered car. What'll happen is it'll cause compression or decompression, and it'll wear out that part. So basically what an adjustable endlink does is that it corrects the suspension geometry once it's lowered, so there's no compression or decompression with the endlink. Today I'm going to be installing these endlinks on my C6 Corvette. These endlinks are made by Steinjager right here, and these are the high performance ones. They were about 180, 185, and I'll link them down below. And just by looking at this looks really strong, really sturdy, made out of chrome moly. And in this center point, this is where you lengthen and shorten it right here. And this has nylon racers, so it's gonna last way longer than the stock factory ones. And yeah, let's go ahead and install this part. Alright, so in order to install the endlinks, the car needs to be under a load. Hence why I have this set up like this. This is the part that we need to remove, the endlink. And I'm lucky on the Corvette because the endlink is actually at the end of the car, and I could reach it with, you know, just my arm. So in other cars it's actually up here or even up in this area right here. So that's when you would need those alignment lifts, because you would need to be able to get underneath the car right here and be able to reach it. But in my case it should be pretty easy as it's at the end of the car. And to take out some guesstimating, I set the new one to the same length as this, and I'm gonna test fit them and see how they fit. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and install this one on the left side. Alright, so now I'm putting everything back together, and as you can see I tried to put the top on first, but actually had to go through the bottom and then the top, and now I'm just tightening everything up. And this is the left side, and note how vertical it is, I'll explain that later. And this is the right side right here. Alright, so before I install the ones on the front, I'm gonna show you guys what I did to the rear. And this is what it did. So when I installed it, you want this to be as vertical as possible. It doesn't have to be 100% vertical or near perfect, but you just want it to be as close as possible to vertical. Mine was a little bit crooked, as you guys could see, but you know, no big deal. Also, another thing to note is when you install this, you want this part right here to be as perpendicular as possible. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, but you want it to be as perpendicular, because if it's like this, like that, or like that, what'll happen is that it'll wear out this part faster than it should be. Also, to make sure they were even, what I did was I locked this bottom nut all the way out right here, and I counted 7 threads for the right side, and I did this exact same thing for the left side so that they're even. So what was the reason for me changing it? About a year ago I installed BC Racing coilovers on my Corvette, and I thought it was the best thing ever. I was like, this thing is slammed, this thing handles better, this thing looks 1,000 times better. And I was really happy with the install until about a month later I started to hear this. And at first I thought it was because of some bolts weren't tight enough, so I literally like took the wheel off, tightened everything, double, triple checked everything, right? And the sound was still happening, so I was like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? And the way that Chevrolet designed the Corvette, is that it only has one mounting point on the top, so I thought that thing was like flying around everywhere, but I tightened that again and it was still making that. So after doing some research on the internet, what came up was that the clicking noise was worn out end links. So of course I decided to go on YouTube and look up how to install adjustable end links, right? And the videos that I found, there weren't that many, and also they weren't that informative. So basically that's why I'm making this video. So was this installation worth it? I would say from a daily driving point of view it was, because I was tired of hearing these clicks going up and down driveways or turning, you know, slowly in parking lots. Low-key kind of embarrassing. Imagine pulling up to a parking lot and or a car meet and you're turning and you just hear these like buckling noises. I was like, oh my gosh, bro, like don't even look at me, you know. But from that daily driver's perspective, it was worth it just to get rid of those noises. But from a performance point of view, I would say, from what I've noticed, I haven't driven it all crazy, but from what I noticed driving around, it's been a little bit stiffer and there's been less creaks going up and down driveways, as you guys can see in the video. Yeah, there's less creaks, no more clanking noises, no more buckling noises. So I'm happy about that. Overall, I'm really happy with the installation and it's a cool upgrade that's not too expensive. So quick update, guys. I kind of wanted to change the style of my channel. So instead of coming out with a video every week that wasn't, you know, highly well thought out, I guess you could say, it was just kind of just a vlog. I wanted to come out with one that has a higher production value every other week, and maybe in between those weeks, you know, I'm gonna have my regular like vlog style videos. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please comment down below, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, you guys know the deal. But in any case, see you guys in the next video. Thank you.